So, welcome back to another episode of the Monogatari series second season, or Nekomonogatari White, Shiro, in this case. So the first episode was absolutely fantastic, and one good thing that you guys kind of contextualized for me is that up until now, everything that we saw was obviously in Araragi's POV, but here, the reason why a lot of the characters and interactions seem a lot more different is because everything here was from Hanekawa's POV, which makes, once again, a lot of sense. Like, the entire Hachikuji meeting, way different, zero sussy bits in it, you know, very, very tame, very just fun. And then Senjougahara seemed like a very different person at times, a lot more expressive, and that's because obviously the way that Hanekawa sees her is a lot different than the way Araragi sees her. So that's really, really cool. Senjougahara was absolutely, she was such a Chad in the previous episode, man. She said all of the right things, and Hanekawa definitely felt like she was the one who needed some guidance from Senjougahara in that moment. It felt like, because obviously it makes sense. Senjougahara already went through her experience, like already made the effort to change, made the effort to grow and mature as a person, whereas Senjougahara keeps repressing that part, right? So it makes sense that Senjougahara would appear a lot more mature in this interaction between the two, right? So yeah, it definitely shows how much more effort Senjougahara has put into just making sure that she overcomes the obstacles in her life, whereas Hanekawa is keeping them repressed. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how Hanekawa ends up dealing with it. It's gonna be interesting when, and even if, she ends up overcoming them and taking manners into her own hands, or if she's always gonna stay like this, you know? Because there are people who just always stay like that never actually overcome the issues that are plaguing them. There are people who just push them on the side and just let them be a problem for their entire life, you know, let them be an anxiety for them for their entire life. So I wonder how Hanekawa is gonna end up, you know, dealing with that sort of thing. I guess we'll see. But either way, absolutely banger of a first episode. I'm so excited to see it. You guys also did say something that I 100% agree with. The animation seems a lot more clean. It seems a lot more minimalistic, maybe. It doesn't seem as dramatic as it was in the previous arc, and I think it works in its favor. Also, I feel like the previous arc, it's kind of hard to judge because it was really supposed to show this dark, not just dark in the themes, but also dark in the animation and the color scheme. It was a very dark arc, and using a lot of contrast, a lot of dark and bright contrast and stuff like that. So it seemed a lot more dramatic. This one is a lot more simple, but in the best way possible, and I feel like it benefits a lot from it. Also, the facial expressions aren't as over the top. It just seems like a very polished art style, or yeah, I guess polished art direction, very polished animation and stuff like that. It seems very good. I enjoyed the first episode immensely, so I'm excited to see where it goes from here. The other thing, make sure to vote on the poll for how we're gonna be watching it. I've been reading the comments. I'm not gonna comment too much about it. I've been reading the comments. At the end of the day, I am checking it out every now and again. So make sure to vote if you haven't already. Just so the bigger pool size that we have of the votes, the better. So it's down in the description, the poll. Also, it's on my channel. If you haven't voted, in what watch order we're gonna be watching the rest of this second season, then make sure to go and vote. No need to be salty in the comments about it, because I can see all the comments, but I'm just gonna be sticking with the vote just because I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, it's one arc that I don't think it's gonna matter that much. So yeah, at the end of the day, make sure to go and vote, and yeah, that's all. Let's go. Oh yeah, if you wanna watch this Uncut and Unblurred, it's gonna be on my Patreon, which is down in the description. And without further ado, let's go into Nekomonogatari Shiro episode 2. Yeah, let's. Okay. So you only knew what you knew. Makes sense.
春休みやらゴールデンウィークやらと似たり寄ったりのことをしていたようだ。カレンちゃんや月日ちゃんのファイヤーシスターズの活動だって何のことはない。荒木くんの中学時代の焼き直しに過ぎないのだった。もっとも中学時代の荒木くんと高校時代の荒木くんとではやっていることは同じでも、そのモチベーションには大きな差異があったことはどうやら事実のようだ。何があったのか、その点については春休み以上に堅くなに語りたがらないけれど、高校1年生の頃に何らかの精神的な転機があったらしい。彼曰く落ちこぼれる原因とでも言うのか。それに変わろうが変わるまいが荒木くんは荒木くんなわけで、出会った頃はクールだった荒木くんが今となっては変わり果てたと言っても、それでも彼は彼であり、そして今日も今日とて何やら動いているようで、私はそんな彼をいつからか好きになってしまったのだ。
Before Kizu? No,
それ
right?
がいつからなのかはもう少し後で話そう。
I wonder if her saying let's save it for another time, if that's supposed to mean, because I'm pretty sure this came out before Kizu Monogatari, right? So I wonder if that's supposed to mean let's save it for another time, and this was like an anime original line that they put in to kind of tease Kizu Monogatari, and she actually fell in love with him during Kizu. It felt like it, right? I doubt that she fell in love with him before meeting him. That would be, I mean, I guess it is Hanekawa, so anything's possible. She is a very odd person, so maybe. Also, that's a great point, because we never heard anything about Araragi before, well, before spring break, right? Anything. And because everything was from Araragi's POV, that means that the reason we haven't heard about anything from before that is because he doesn't want to tell us anything before that, right? So that means he just doesn't like talking about it, as Hanekawa said, right? Which is really interesting. I wonder, and she said that during middle school, he was doing a very much similar thing as he's doing now. So I guess he was still helping out people, trying to, maybe he didn't know about like oddities, but he was just, he was more so helping out with the oddities without realizing they're oddities. Kind of like, well, he was kind of doing the reverse kaiki, right? He was, instead of like afflicting people with oddities, he was helping them out without realizing that they're oddities. Or, I mean, they aren't oddities if you don't recognize them as oddities. That's a different conversation. Yeah, so he was helping out people before he even knew about oddities. And she said that even what Tsukiki and Karen are doing is like almost inconsequential compared to what Araragi was doing back then. So I guess he was doing some pretty big stuff, and that was obviously before he knew Meme and stuff like that, right? Because he actually befriended, but he met Meme for the first time during Kizu Monogatari, correct? So he was tackling those things all alone without knowing any specialists, exorcists, con artists, anything like that, anything about oddities. Interesting. That's very interesting. So he was always like he always had a bit of a savior complex. Ah, that's cool. That's a cool detail. It didn't start with just high school and his puberty, I guess. Well, I guess it could have started with puberty, middle school. Yeah, I guess that's prime times still. And she said that there was something big that happened in the first year of high school that dictated his character as well, which she doesn't want to talk about. Or she doesn't want to say just yet, I guess. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, cool. I wonder what kind of. I wonder if 6 a.m. is like important to anything. I feel like we saw it a few times during episode 1. And the opening, of course. Maybe it just goes to show like Hanekawa's punctuality and like routine and stuff like that. The color of white chocolate. It's too sweet and full of lies. I love that line. Can I just talk about that line? I love it because obviously white chocolate is basically pure sugar. There's zero cocoa in it. It's kind of false to classify it, or it's not zero sugar or zero cocoa. Some of them do have some cocoa in it, but it's kind of hard to classify them as a chocolate. It's kind of a false chocolate because of that. And it's basically, yeah, it's very sugary, very sweet compared to a lot of the other chocolates. And I feel like that line is so cool. It's like white chocolate, too sweet, full of lies. I love that line. Also, white chocolate is the best chocolate. Fight me. Then the next one is like 60-65% dark. Milka white chocolate. Okay. We did! We're on 14 already? Damn. Oh. Did we actually skip the shower scene? Those eyes are scary. Wow. Oh, wow. Whoa. Really? I thought it was AM. Huh?
彼女がこの数ヶ月で乗り越えてきたいろんなものの重さを思う。
YouTube!
同じようにいろんな経験をしながらも、
Okay.
何一つ乗り越えていない自分が情けなくもなってしまう。
Yeah. Yeah.
一つ乗り越えていない。ゴールデンウィークの騒動を経ても、文化祭前日のあの日を経ても、成長してない。変わっていない。
Sorry, I can't focus on. I don't want to go back because I already think I think I'm gonna have to blur a lot of this. Okay, note to myself: make sure to heavily not blur it, but just make it very transparent during the editing. I'm gonna go back again just so I can see because this dialogue is really important. But I can't. Okay.
情けなくもなってしまう。そうだ、私は何一つ乗り越えていない。ゴールデンウィークの騒動を経ても、文化祭前日のあの日を経ても、成長してない、変わっていない。だから千丈ヶ原さんがとても羨ましくて、そしてとても好きで、嫌いになれないんだと思った。素直に思ったのだった。
Okay, thank you. Yeah, makes sense.
さすがに私の下着を身につけるというのは抵抗があるでしょうけれど、羽川さん、パジャマくらいは借りて
I don't think she can fit in your underwear.
おそらくは何らかのディスカウントショップで買ったであろう外場がそっとしそうなデザインのスウェットは何だったら私がゴミに出しておくから。
What?
あれ、ダメ？ひどい。羽川さん、文化祭の後に髪を切ってからまた伸ばしているわよね。
I wonder how much her back hurts.
Senjougahara 羽川。また長くするの。どうだろう。短くして初めて気づいたけど、意外とロングの方が手入れの手間がかからなかったりするんだよね。そういうところはなきにしもあらずかも。もう一組お父さんの分の布団があるんだけれど、どうかしらね。40過ぎの中年のおじさんが普段使っている布団に女子高生を寝かせるというのは抵抗があるわ。これは仕方ない。羽川さん、私の布団で一緒に寝ましょう。
Thank you. We didn't skip the chapter.
大丈夫、大丈夫、大丈夫。安心して絶対何もしないから、同じ布団で寝るだけ指一本触れないから。
You make it sound less credible that way. What is that face?
いいよ、わかったわかった。言われなくともそんな心配してないって。そう、ありがとう。じゃあ、羽川さん、枕は私のを使ってちょうだい。私はお父さんの枕を使うわ。千丈ヶ原さんがお父さんの布団を使うという 緒に寝られないじゃない。
I respect that.
なるほど。
I
それに
respect that.
私って実はファザコンだから、お父さんの布団で寝たりすると興奮して眠れなくなっちゃうのよね。戦場ヶ原さん。
In new Freudian psychology, the Electra complex is, as proposed by Swiss psychiatrist, is a girl's psychosexual competition with her mother for possession of her father. Okay, so it's kind of like the opposite, or like the other side of the coin of Oedipus complex, yeah. Interesting. Where does that come from? It was Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. Okay. Very interesting. You know what? I don't think this is something that I should be digging too deep into on tape here. You know what? I know that she's kidding, but okay, you know what? Let's keep on rocking on.
さあ、それじゃあ寝ましょうか。羽毛布団。いえ、羽川さん。
Oh,
羽川
okay.
と言おうとして羽毛布団とは絶対に言わないよね。
Oh.
おやすみなさい。おやすみなさい。
Those eyes.
と言ったのも相当久しぶりで、気分的には
Oh.
初めてみたいなものだった。ルンバが相手では、おはようを言うことはあっても、おやすみを言うことはないからね。
Good point.
午後1時半か。結構がっつり寝た感じね。羽川さんも今起きたところ。うん、そんな感じ。うふ、まさか羽川さんと同じ布団で目を覚ますことがあるなんてね。ピロートークっぽいことを言わないで。
Pillow talk?
私神経質だから普段眠りは浅い方なんだけれど、なんだかぐっすり眠れたわ。どうかしら、これは枕が良かったのかしら。
Don't say that.
さてと、
Don't say that.
お腹すかない？朝ごはんじゃないわね。お昼ご飯でも作ろうと思うんだけれど。あ、いいね。ご商売に預かります。苦手な食べ物ってある？
That's the most fun part of a sleepover. Cooking together, making something to eat together. That's so much fun.
もやしって漢字で書くともやしになるのよ。
Really?
それを知って以来、もやしが美味しくて美味しくて
Of
仕方
course.
がなくなったわ。いや、私はそれで味が変わったりはしなかったけれど。となるとどう？もやしっこって実はすごい褒め言葉なんじゃなくって。
True.
羽川さん、料理とか
This feels like some kind of
する？
that feels like it's not foreshadowing, but it feels like it's a reference to the show. Did she ever call Araragi a bean sprout? I feel like that would be a cool thing if she actually ever did in the past, and Araragi took it as an insult. But I can't remember it. It would be cool if she actually did call him that in like one of the past episodes, and now she's saying this and it would be like a callback. But I don't remember her actually calling him that. Damn. I don't think so.
自分が食べるものは全部自分で作っていたわ。そう、私にもそういう時期があったわね。いただきます。
Miso!
あ、美味しい。あら、そう。荒木くんにはあまり喜んでもらえなかったから、正直酷評も書いて。酷評って、私は美味しいと思うけど、まあ、味覚って個人差あるからね。
What a formulaic answer, man.
似通っているということ。 味の好みも男の好みも。戦場ヶ原さん、だからあなたはそういうことに赤裸々すぎ。いえ、まあこういう話もしていった方がいいのかなって。
Yes.
羽川さんと
What a GIGACHAD, man. What a GIGACHAD.
一つ間違ったら溝が深まりそうだけれど。じゃあ戦場ヶ原さん、いっそ思い切ってお互いに荒木くんのどこが好きかって話でもする？いえ、その思い切り方は万一この会話が外に漏れた時にやつが調子に乗り。
What if he watches this? Yeah.
じゃあ何の話をする？そうね。荒木くんのどこが
Yes.
嫌いかという話をしましょう。
Oh.
そろそろ今後の話をしましょ
16?
う。
Was that a 15?
今後の話というと？だから羽川さんの今後よ。今晩は
Ah,
私の家に泊まって。
15 was them talking about Araragi. Okay.
何か当てはあるのかしら？当ては 明日以降も泊まっていってほしいんだけれど。
But Dad?
でも戦場ヶ原家は見ての通りの手狭さだから、さすがに羽川さんに明日帰ってくるお父さんと同じ部屋で寝起きお着替えしてもらうわけにはいかないわよね。
Hit up Karen
確かにそれは。
and Tsukihi. They seem to
ちなみ
like
に羽川さんの
Senjougahara
読みでは
or
羽川
Hanekawa.
さんの今後ってどうなるの？火災保険が下りるから、そのお金で家を建て直している間、借家で生活することになるでしょうね。取り急ぎ借家先が決まれば、羽川さんの寝泊まりできる場所は確保できるわけ。
Bold of you to assume that she's gonna have a place as well.
そう。じゃあ羽川さん、いいアイディアがあるんだけれど、聞きたい？いいアイディア？ご両親が借家先を決めるまでかかっても1週間というところでしょう。それくらいの間ならまあなんとかできると思うの。聞きたい。ぜひ聞かせて。さあどうしようかな。言おうかな。言わないでおこうかな。構成して淡白だった性格が若干うざくなった戦場ヶ原さんだった。
She's having fun. That's great to see, Senjougahara.
にゃ。説明するまでもにゃく、もう分かったと思うが、ご主人、つまり羽川翼が寝た時にショーが飛んでいるのは、こうやって俺が登場していたから。
Oh. Oh, I didn't figure that out.
15年間暮らした家が
Oh.
全焼してしまったというのは、凄まじい衝撃をご主人の精神、還元するところの心に与えてしまったのに。
I can see that.
だから俺が出てきた。ブラック羽川、三度登場にゃ。俺はご
Yeah,
主人
fair
の
enough.
ストレスの権下であり、つまり疲れの象徴であり、こうして俺が切りはげされるだけで、ご主人本人にとってはそれが安らぎになるにゃ。にゃんにゃん、こっちかにゃ。いや、こっちかにゃ。いたにゃ。
Ooh. Damn! She reminds me so much of Neferopito in Hunter x Hunter. The tiger.
触り猫。いや違う。
Black
触り猫では
Hanekawa.
ない。かといって他の何でもない。
Black
なん
Hanekawa.
だお前は。お前はなんだ。
触り猫でまあ合ってるにゃん。正確には細部が違うけれど、根本も違うけれど、まあそんなに違うわけでもにゃい。
そう
You
か。
can see the eyes, right?
全然違うように思うがな。我が輩の知る触り猫という怪異は貧弱でいるかいないかわからないような存在感のない怪異だ。しかしお前は。
まあそう言われると一言もにゃいにゃん。いろいろあるんだよ、俺みたいなやつにも。
そうか。まあお前のことなんかどうでもいい。しかし何の用かは聞かねばならんな。我が輩の行く手を遮る意味を同志の怪異たるお前がわからんはずもなかろうに。
同種の怪異？
Felines.
こいつとじゃ怪異としての出自は全然違うはずにゃ。
Nah, you're both felines.
別にお前の行く手を遮ろうというつもりは俺にはにゃい。
ではお前はどうしてそこに立っている。
いや単に宣言しに来ただけにゃ。お前がどういうつもりでこの町に来たのか俺は全く興味がにゃい。お前の本文がにゃんにゃのかも俺にとってはどうでもいいことにゃ。怪異ってのはそういうもんにゃんだからよ。だがもしもこれ以上お前が俺のご主人に害をにゃすようなことがあれば、俺はお前を殺す。
そうか。どこかで見覚えがあると思ったが、お前あの娘か。あの娘に取り付いているのか。
取り付いているわけじゃにゃいにゃ。まっとうにゃ触り猫にゃらそうにゃんだろうけどにゃ。俺は本人みたいにゃもんにゃ。
Hmm.
どうでもいい。
Yes. It's kind of combined with her
人間
now.
に肩入れする怪異か。珍しくもない。だがお前のような怪異
Shinobu?
が一番よくわかっているだろう。怪異の特性というものを
Hachikuji as
抑
well.
えられるものではない。見た方の問題だ。お前のご主人とやらが我が輩を見た。重要なのはそれだ。
Oh. Whoa, what a six. Oh my god, what a fantastic scene.
無駄だ。
無駄だ。
すべては無駄だ。その女、あの女は我が輩を見た。それだけが寛容で、それだけが重要だ。我が輩はもう始まっている。
So, is it kind of like Hachikuji in the sense of only people who are going through a certain thing can see the oddity? But like obviously the effect of the oddity is way different than Hachikuji. It's not like about being lost and not returning home. It's about something else, right? When you see the oddity, it's kind of like Basilisk, right? Or with Basilisk you die, or Medusa or something like that, right? But like this has obviously some kind of negative effect. I guess it's negative. Maybe we don't know what it is yet. Well, there's no such thing as black and white in the show, so but yeah, it has some kind of effect when you see the oddity. Interesting. And I'm guessing that yeah, there needs to be some kind of box that you need to satisfy for you to be able to see the oddity. Like in Hanekawa, it seemed like she satisfied that, and now she's in some deep stuff. Okay, interesting. So all of the chapters that we've been skipping have been more or less because of Saori Neko. Okay. I didn't actually realize this, and this is the first time that she has awakened ever since Tsubasa Cat arc in Bakemonogatari, which was July? June. It was June. Where she awakened because of the stress for liking Araragi and stuff like that, right? And Araragi getting Senjougahara as a girlfriend. I honestly thought that the talk with Senjougahara is gonna ease her mind a lot, but I guess the situation happening with like her family and her home and stuff like that is a lot more stressful to her than we saw. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter how much she wants to, then like how bad the home is, she did call it my house or my home or whatever in the previous episode. So obviously she has some deep-rooted connection to that house. So it makes sense that she is very much stressed out because due to it burning down, right? Yeah. It seems like she's definitely even more attached to the house than she is to the parents, right? I would say. Which, yeah, makes sense.
部屋に入る前に足を拭いてくれる。寝起きはいい方なのよ。神経質だから。そう言わなかったっけ？俺が言われたわけじゃにゃいにゃん。でもあなた、羽川さんなんでしょ。あなたと会ったのは初めてだけれど、ブラック羽川さんって言ったっけ？ま、そんにゃところにゃ。そう。にゃんのつもりにゃ。初めましての握手をしようと思う。
Wait. Did Senjougahara sleep for that long because of Hanekawa's energy drain? That could be a thing. Or it could be that she was just acting to be asleep, but I feel like it might have been because of the energy drain.
お前、にゃにも聞いてにゃいのか？触り猫としての俺の特性は常時発動型のエニャジードレイン。触ったらそれだけで相手の勢力を吸い上げてしまう。握手にゃんってとんでもにゃいにゃん。エニャジードレイン。それは聞いているけれど、でも一瞬で全てを吸い取るわけじゃないでしょ。握手くらいできるはずよ。よろしく。
Senjougahara is the best.
羽川さんのことよろしく。なぜだ、今度は一気に3章も飛んでいる。私が
Whoa!
寝ている間に何があったのだ。
Oh.
おはよう、羽川さん。羽川さん、朝早いのね。まだ6時。でも、戦場ヶ原さんも起きてるじゃない。私は朝は軽く走るから。このスタイルを維持するために、これでも結構苦労しているのよ。食べたものが肉になりやすい体質なの、私って。羽川さんも一緒に走る。いえ、じゃあ私は戦場ヶ原さんが走ってる間に朝食を作らせてもらうわ。帰ってきたら一緒に食べましょう。
Wait. I think I'm looking too deeply into this. But in the previous episode, Senjougahara said that she's a bit out of shape because it's been a while since she was actively into jogging and stuff like that. but now she said that she goes jogging every single day. So, and also we now know that Hanekawa turned into Saori Neko when she was sleeping in the cram school, right? As well, because we skipped the chapters when she was there. So that makes me think that maybe I don't know. Did Hanekawa and Senjougahara meet when she was Saori Neko back during the first night? And she sucked some of the energy out of Senjougahara, and that's why she was so tired? Or was it actually that Senjougahara just isn't in as good of a shape as she used to be back when she was in track school or a track team? That could also just be a thing. I could be looking into this way too deeply, but that's just something that kind of popped into my head when she said that she jogs every day, and in the previous episode she said that she's not in that good of a shape anymore as she used to be. I don't know.
あら、美味しそう。羽川さん、ちょっといいかしら。なんでしょう。あ、いえ、待って。とりあえずこの、信じられない事態に、確信を持つわ。あれ、何か失敗したかな。ふむ。千丈ヶ原さん、羽川さん、ドレッシングって知ってる？そりゃもちろん知ってるけど、たまにサラダにかかっているあれだよね。なるほどなるほど。目玉焼きにソースをかける派と醤油をかける派、あるいは胡椒をかける派の三つどもえの争いについてどう思う？
チリオイル。
ああ、噂ではいるらしいね。目玉焼きに何かかける人って。
Rumors?
バターとかジャムとかが冷蔵庫に入っていたの気づいてた。
What's with the
あん
fork?
だけど、昨日出してもらった。
What's happening in the back?
ごめん、ひょっとして使った？さらにいくつか質問。どうぞどうぞ。羽川さんの食生活についてね。私の食生活？私の食生活なんてとても平凡なものだと思うけれど。お寿司に醤油はつけない。天ぷらにつゆはつけない。ヨーグルトにグラニュー糖を入れない。ハンバーグやオムレツにケチャップで文字を書かない。
What?
お好み焼きにソースは塗らない。おにぎりに塩は混ぜない。食後のコーヒー、お砂糖はおいくつ？
Oh, zero.
ブラックでお願い
Yes,
します。
okay, same.
はい。
But
ああ、わかったわかった。ごめんなさい。千丈ヶ原さんは
damn! I mean, I feel like that's obviously goes to show how bland her life is. And like her diet, and obviously there's no spice. There's no spice because everything is the same. It's formulaic. It makes sense. It makes sense. But God, that would suck to hang out with Hanekawa and to eat something that she makes. Zero salt on your eggs? Man, kill me now.
だったんだね。だからあんな風におかしな顔をしていたんだ。いえ、私はドレッシングをかけない派の存在を今まで
I mean, that's not even that bad of a thing. Dressing is so much calories.
初めて見たし、パンがパンのまま
That's different, yeah.
初めてだわ。羽川さんってあれ、料理の味付けに対し拒絶的な人なの。素材の味をそのまま堪能したいとか。そういうわけじゃないわよ。でも料理って味がなくても美味しいじゃない。
It can be. It can be. That's actually, yeah.
私はただ味はあってもなくても一緒だって言ってるだけだよ。問うに落ちず、語るに落ちるとはこのことだわ。ごちそうさまでした。あなたと味の好みが似ているという話は全面的に取り消すわ。変色の逆みたいな人なのね、羽川さん。好き嫌いがないというのとも違うわ。ごめん、千丈ヶ原さん。私、未だに何を言われてるかよくわからないんだけれど。家庭の味ね。でもそういうわけじゃなくって羽川さんはどんな味でも受け入れてしまうってことなのかしらね。極端に言えば食べられて栄養を取れればそれがいい。
Yeah. It seems like she's eating for
栄養
nutrition.
が取れなくとも腹にたまればいいのかしら。人をそんな戦士みたいに言わないでよ。味がわかる分厄介よね。素材の味を楽しんでるってわけでもないというのなら、結局は器が大きいってことになるのかしら。でもね、羽川さん、そういう生き方ってどうかとは思うわよ。食生活に限ったことじゃなくて、あなたってこう れないし、荒木くんのこともそうなのかもしれない。なんて思うんだけれど。
You know
味
what?
の好みは似通っているのではない。
This makes me think, what did she say when they were talking about Araragi, what they hate about Araragi? I feel like Senjougahara would have like a arsenal of things. Like I feel like she could go on the entire night about like the small peculiarities based on purely the food that Araragi dislikes, or that the taste in food that Senjougahara dislikes about Araragi. I feel like Hanekawa would have a much harder time listing of things that she doesn't like about Araragi. That's a very interesting take.
私の好みを羽川さんの好みが包み込んでいるというだけのことだったのね。いえ、羽川さんのは好みとは言えないかもしれないわ。だって何でもどれでも好きなんじゃどれも同じみたいなものだものね。ねえ羽川さん、戦場ヶ原さんが私の目を見つめたままで言う。あなた本当に荒木くんのこと。
Oh, or do you like everyone? Oh, that's a good take. Yo!
今でも荒木くんが好きだってもう一回言える。
Yo! That's sick! Dude, this arc is gonna be crazy! Oh yeah, I forgot about this. True. Okay, what a banger of an episode, man. Oh my god. Okay, this episode 100% did not disappoint. I feel like this arc is gonna be... I mean, it already is so crazy. Senjougahara is just being a Chad. She's figuring out all... She's psychoanalyzing Hanekawa to the bone, man. She's tearing her apart, and I love it. She's just systematically... Oh, what a great conclusion that she came to. So, it's basically, it kind of feels like a detective. Well, I mean, it always was a bit of a... I mean, it always was a mystery. But this just feels like a, an actual detective story. With Hanekawa as like, the detective. That's really cool. Yeah, so... It's interesting the way that they, tackled this. So, they're basically saying that Hanekawa likes everything, right? I mean, if she wants to, she can't have much of an opinion on, or like too much of a radical opinion on anything, because that would go against her entire persona of being, you know, the perfect girl, who she needs to like everything, or she needs to have at least a okay opinion on everything, and that being people as well. So that in turn means, does she actually like Araragi, or does she just like everyone, right? That's so interesting. Oh man, dude, what a good way to show that. And also, another thing is, does she not remember the times when she transforms? I guess she doesn't, right? She blacks out. So that's why we were skipping chapters, is because we were seeing it from Hanekawa's POV. So every time that we skipped a chapter, she just blanked out. Interesting. Really cool. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I said most of the things during the episode. I don't have much else to say at the end of it now. But yeah, this was an incredible episode. The entire sequence with Hanekawa flying, or not even Hanekawa, Black Hanekawa, flying through the air, trying to get away from the tiger, was really well done. Like, all of the sound effects, and just the animation was incredible. And I wonder what actually the tiger's gonna end up signifying, or signifying, what it's gonna actually end up being, what's the effect of it if you see it. I guess we'll see in the future. Also, of course, we still are wondering where Araragi is, but maybe that's gonna be like material for the next arc, or I guess we'll see. But either way, this was an exceptional episode, and I'm excited for the next one. Also, make sure to go and vote if you haven't on what order we're gonna be watching this. Be civil about it, and that's gonna be all from me. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.